Well, good morning. It's starting to feel like spring around here. It's Thursday morning, and so I got to start out at the high school with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and listen to our football coach share his testimony about the call that God issued to Samuel. Three times he came to Eli and said, "Here I am, you called me." And the third time, Eli thought, now I know what's going on. So the next time when you hear the call, Samuel, say, "Yes, Lord, your servant is listening." And the Lord was standing there the fourth time calling Samuel, and Samuel responded appropriately because he had been given some really good instruction. He didn't know the voice of the Lord before that. And the Apostle Paul is challenging the Christians in Corinth and here in Fremont or wherever you happen to be to pay attention to the call of God. He says, "For we cannot do anything against the truth, but only for the truth. We're glad whenever we're weak, but you are strong. And our prayer is that you may be fully restored." Our prayer is that you may be fully restored. He's basically saying, I don't really care if I appear weak. It doesn't really matter to me as long as you are growing up in the faith, as long as you are strong. It's fine if you think I'm weak. He just said, look at Jesus. He was crucified in weakness, and look what he accomplished through the power of God in Jesus' life, through the power of God with a sinless life. But in weakness, even though he had the ability to call out to the Father and say, I don't want to do this, he humbled himself, he submitted himself, he surrendered himself. And those are the calls upon your life and mine, to humble yourself, to submit, and to surrender. Paul said, my reputation, the way you look at me, if you view me as strong or view me as weak, either way, I'm fine. As long as you are growing stronger, as long as you are becoming more and more like Jesus, your faith is growing deeper and wider. So today, look around and especially look to Jesus and realize that where you have weakness in your character, in your physique, in your intellect, where you have weakness, and God uses you because you're humble, because you're submitted, because you're surrendered, then Christ gets the glory. Whether you look strong or weak really doesn't matter, as long as other people are hearing and seeing Jesus. So our relationship with each other and with the world is not dependent on their perception of me or of you. My value comes from knowing Jesus. My relationship with God comes from my knowing Jesus. Jesus is everything. As you move through your day, we're looking forward to a spring break around here. A lot of people making plans to leave tomorrow or Saturday. As you're making plans for your day, your spring break, whatever events you have planned, make sure that you incorporate your relationship with Christ as a first priority so that you grow stronger and stronger. God loves you, and we love you too.